throws them all lower, and just falls back to hold some off angles. And Nav, who's the rotator, is just rushing through connector, and like spraying down, taking the fight. It's like, what's going on there? Where's the communication, right? You're either playing for retake or you're playing to fight them. So yeah, a couple of really good rounds. You know, it was the smallest of margins. I love the round where you could actually even see it. Liquid went B, like a 2v3 situation, and Furry just waiting in Pop Dog down, and here's Taco running towards B because his teammates are dying, pushes to flank him. He's played it perfectly. Fur like being patient for a guy who's always bloodlusting, and Taco last second for whatever reason turns around and like does a massive flick, gets the headshot. He gets dinked, but that buys enough time for Liquid to win. I think that was the most pivotal round of the game because it put pressure on SK's economy and gave Liquid some momentum.
I was going to say that there was one round that if you SK and you go back and watch that down the first half, the third round of the game, where you're Liquid and you have, I think it was majority USPs, a P250 and a flash, and they win that round. That's one round if you're SK that you go back and you kick yourself, right? They definitely should have converted that one. You don't ever want to go down to silence USPs. That's not a way that you want to lose a round. Sure, force buys, that's fine. You can deal with that in modern day Counter-Strike. But to USPs, that something's going to haunt you. And then maybe people are going to critique Taco when he was in that 1-on-2 situation in the very late stages of that game. I think the moment got the better of him. I think he went to play the time as opposed to playing the frag. And he didn't know where Fallen was exactly. Knew he had the Molotov, knew that if Fallen was going to tap the bomb, probably didn't have a smoke. So if he made it to the box holes, he could use that Molotov and beat Fallen that way. But overthought it a bit much, you know, should have just worried about headshotting.
It was also probably fair that he thought that Fallen had moved into the trains, probably,
definitely.
As it was coming in. We talked about this, and Anders and Moses debated this a little bit. Do you think SK are targeting Taco? You know, we talked about it on Cash, and at the beginning of Train, it did kind of seem like they kept focusing inside B.
It certainly looks like it. I mean, they did it on both maps now. It's a bit more usual on Train, regardless of who's holding it, than it is on Cash. But yeah, it might be a legitimate thing, but they're trying to get inside his head. You know, we think you're not good enough to stop us, right? And maybe they're just trying to see, is Liquid going to overcompensate for that by rotating extra to his bomb site, and then they can exploit that, obviously going to the other side.
It looked like they were cheating Naf over to help him a bit more on Cache, and then maybe, you know, they were doing the double AWP setup, and that was more so, they were spread. We saw Taco AWPing, Nitro AWPing, Naf AWPing, so they were happy to spread the duties with that AWP on their CT side. I think Inferno will be the tell, in the sense of if they try and target him there, that's definitely the case of they're just trying to bully him.
Especially because he's holding Pit A, right? That's not as
they
common
just
for
run
you to constantly go towards that bomb site. Really, Inferno is more about banana and all that stuff, but we'll get there after,
we digress.
After the break.
I've got some over here still.
Oh, good.
We
should bin them. They're going to get a bit right.
They're going to smell.
I only eat fresh bananas.
Can we go to a break?
I can get some fresh bananas for you. Yes, we are going to go to a break.
Cool.
So, 1-1, both of these teams fighting for their place in the quarterfinals. They want to be one of the first two teams to make it so they can have this 2-day break. After the break, we delve into Inferno and what we think is going to come up next.
Bet. Made for live betting.
Don't know how to build a team from scratch or find good teammates? DreamTeam.gg, the ultimate team building platform. Find and connect with new players, coaches and teams. Manage and monetize your team. Get on fast track to advance from novice to amateur and, if desired, to professional gamer. Join DreamTeam.gg today.
Inferno is our last map of the day. SK and Liquid are battling for this last map to take a place in the quarter-finals. But first, before we talk about that map, Chad and Yanko are here to join me on the desk, as always, and Yanko has some words he would love to say about a sponsor.
Yeah, we've been doing a lot of sponsor call-outs and stuff, and I'd like to give a shout-out to Twitch, you know, the world's largest video platform and community for gamers. We do a lot of tournaments, Chad. I think it feels good for people to actually be able to tune in and listen to us for a change, especially when we have such a sick game like we do now between Liquid and SK. It only took us 3 days and 12 best of threes, but we finally have a good one.
I want to correct both of you. Technically, with the local time zone, it's now day number 4.
Yes.
So we're on the 4th day. This is the first game
of the 4th day.
Of the 4th day.
What an honor.
I mean, it might be in the first time in a very long time that SK wins a meaningful Inferno decider map of a series, right? It's a map that they've been struggling on a lot. You can see that lately they've had good results, but the likes of Avangard twice, Optic, VG Flash needed overtime to take them down. So not ideal. On the other side of things, Liquid slightly higher win rate, but also more maps played.
We do put a lot of stock in how good Na'Vi can be at that map, so their 16-10 win over them. You can read a lot into that, into the terms of how they're able to break that down. And if I remember rightly, they have a lot of moves on their T side, something which is definitely a positive thing going into a matchup against SK, who really like to play late-round Counter-Strike. You know, they like to leave it to the last 30 seconds to hit either bomb site. I wonder if that's going to have changed since they've had the addition of Stewie.
Even last 15 seconds, you know, SK was notorious for, you know, throwing some nades towards B with 20 seconds left and then not actually pushing into the bomb site out of pool until there's 10, 12 seconds left. And you're thinking, what are they doing? And obviously the CTs also are feeling the same, and someone makes the move and SK just pounces on it, plants the bomb with like 2 seconds remaining, and suddenly they're in a 4v3 on B, and the only thing you can do is save. So that obviously requires a lot of composure on your side of things, right? You need to have faith in your ability, confidence in yourself and your teammates that you're going to be able to execute flawlessly so late into the round. And I think SK right now are feeling confident, right, against Liquid here in this moment. So this can be a really, really good game.
Here's a downside for you, though, James. Fallen just had a really good performance there on Train, which is a map synonymous with AWPing. Inferno, not so much, especially on that T side. On the CT side, yeah, you can play it over towards Arch, aggressively in apps. You can use it over towards that B bomb side, aggressively, passively, all that good stuff. But on that T side, it's going to be so much harder. And when you're looking at a team that is predominantly riflers, they only use the AWP as utility. He's not going to have many heads-up duels where he's going to get to take a fight against another AWPer. And another bad sign is Twist is playing very well. He is a really good anchor over towards that A bomb site. Him and Taco as the duo, I believe. And then over, you know, you've got Nitro as the Arch player. He may be the weakness that SK try and target.
And sometimes potentially towards that B bomb site, Elysian Ave don't seem to have the best team play, you know, together as a duo holding a site, even though they're arguably the two most killed players in the lineup. So maybe they can try SK and exploit that. Another thing we should note, Liquid has lost all 4 pistols so far in this game. Obviously, that would be hugely beneficial for them if they could win that. But you also have to remember, SK in that train game lost against the full eco. It was a 16-14 game. If they didn't do that, they could have probably won train and closed it out 2-0. So a lot of those little quirks, I think we're going to see maybe even a round or 2 more like that on Inferno, because it's getting late. It's the 3rd map of the series. You know, it's difficult to stay concentrated 100% for all that time. But all in all, I expect another great game of CS.
And in that situation then where it is kind of getting to them, maybe they have just lost an eco, how important is Zeus? Because we saw at that point in the game, they took a tactical pause, I believe, straight afterwards, and you could see him on screen, you know,
vocal,
calming them down, being very vocal. How important is he in this outfit?
He is the figurehead of the squad, because without him, there's no fire up factor. So I think as long as he can keep his, I want to say, his presence, and you know, as long as he stays calm and level-headed, he can keep the rest of the team in order, because there are some personalities on that team who can shut down more on a mental side of things if they are having bad games. So that's something that he always has to make sure he can keep stocking, and I think he does a pretty good job. And now Taco as his wingman should get a little bit easy because he has that constant voice in the server.
Yeah, I think he does a great job at both. You know, coaches are either like heavily tactical and have a lot of say in the actual game, or they're more motivational and just, you know, standing behind to have someone standing behind and lift the spirits. And Zeus, it seems like he's doing both really for Team Liquid.
Okay, great. Thank you guys for your insight. We are going to jump into Inferno. Can Liquid continue their momentum, or can SK target Taco and take them down? Let's find out with Anders and Moses.
Yeah, there's some interesting stuff to look out for. Taco did come under fire on the first 2 maps. Maybe there's going to be a 3rd one here. What a great way to end this on Inferno. Everybody loves that.
It's so good. It made me so happy when I remembered that Inferno was the 3rd map.
Yeah.
This is like the iconic map that we've had so many good deciders on it. Regardless, I mean, this matchup in general, just a grind both ways. I mean, Train it seemed like Liquid had that in the bag right at the end. They lose that critical eco. Same on Cash. They had a massive comeback on Cash. They lose that critical anti-force buy when SK had CZs. I mean, just both these teams just going back and forth. And I have to say, win or lose for SK Gaming, a lot of people, myself included, have had some doubts in if this roster would be able to kind of recover and make this lineup work with Stewie in it. I think this series, even if they lose, there is a victory in it, which you don't often get. I mean, these kind of moral victories, these silver lining victories that we often talk about are usually just for storyline purposes. But for this, I think this is kind of one of the first examples we have of this SK lineup showing that they have promise and are able to make this work and compete on a big level in this professional stage.
Yeah, it seems like some of the parts are finally starting to work for SK Gaming, and that is definitely encouraging. Spotting one in middle, Elish running into apps to spot more people and see if there's anyone in second mid, but in fact, SK are going to come barreling right up middle. Already Taco hitting one headshot, they're getting shut down. Elish and Naf following up. That is huge. I actually thought that was going to catch Liquid completely off guard. And Cold Zero and Fur left.
They had to make a very quick decision to get 2 people in Boiler. Taco just narrowly getting away as well. But now it's a little bit of chaos for Team Liquid. Now it's not entirely sure how they're going to position themselves. Taco's been spotted out. He's pinned down. Nice job by Cold Zero. They have access to the bomb, and they can even retreat. Although Naf keeping an eye on it from alt mid. Liege wants to get into the bomb site. They both actually, through Graveyard, can still see the bomb on the ground. So Fur and Cold Zero not yet making their move. This is a very difficult duo. And actually, I'm not sure he's being called back now since they have sight of the bomb. How does SK get back into this one? They've got no nades. Cold Zero has a USP, but no armor.
Yeah, just one flashbang on Cold, so that's going to be a really good one. At least it forces Nafly back. Picks up the bomb at 40 seconds. That gives them a couple of more options to play with. Obviously, if Liquid spot it out, they might be less confident in sticking around in the A bomb site.
SK can actually dictate where this round goes since they have control of the Rap side. Nitro is alone at the B bomb site, and they realize that with 2 players in pit, if they go here, Nitro has to buy for time. He can't really commit to a fight.
But speaking of time, they only have 20 seconds, so they can't spend the whole time looking for him in the bomb site. They sort of have to go pretty quick, and he may be able to exploit that a little bit. Straight headshot. That is really quick. Grenade for Fur to walk on, and
bloody hell.
Well, we can keep casting if you guys can't see it. It's currently 1 versus 3, and bomb is planted. Oh my god, somehow Fur gets the burst fire shot off on Nitro. It still should not be enough at this point. Trying to do a little bit, but they are going to double team him, and he will go down. Liquid will win the pistol.
That's a nice plant, though, out of that situation. That could have been an absolute massacre, and fair play to SK Gaming for keeping their head on their shoulders and finding a way to at least find something out of it. You have a 2v1 at that B bomb site. A great shot by Nitro, obviously, to eliminate one of them coming into the bomb site, but the plant is great.
I'll tell you what, when Elise crosses middle and sees, like, I think he sees like 1 or 2 people on T-ramp, then he runs into apartments and jumps to check second mid. He sees nobody. I wouldn't have thought, oh, the next thing that's going to happen is that all 5 of them are going to come up middle. Like, that just seems unlikely.
Well, that's the thing. That's what I was talking about. The quick was Taco and I believe Twist were the 2 in Boiler Room, and they kind of had to make that decision. It's easy to get kind of confused and actually screw over your teammate who was planning to play there initially as that second player, and then make it work and do like a really awkward like bait and switch kind of setup. That was pretty cool, and especially when you have the bodies who are attempting to get in towards halls. They're ready to go towards lane. You have what was just the massacre of that pistol round. Investment in this, though, from SK. They have full utility, 1 UMP on Fur, 1 MAC-10 on Stewie, and upgraded pistols, so there is a good amount of danger for Team Liquid here.
Yeah, in spite of the bomb plant. Could have had AKs in the 3rd round instead. They opt for the really early aggression. Maybe more signs that they're starting to feel a bit more confident. They kind of aren't just getting beat up in the way that they were not that long ago. Trying to run in, not checking the corner, and Taco going to make great work of this MP9. No problems at all towards the arch side of the map, and yeah, that's the round pretty much falling apart in just 1 battle. They are fighting much more than they need to right now, though, on the Liquid side, which is a little bit of a shame.
Yeah, even Twist kind of falling back, trying to get towards that broken wall, and it looks like Elise just wants to end things. He's had enough. There was a player in the bomb site. Nitro is probably telling Twist, just hide. Let him attack. Let him come towards you. I'm in the bomb site. I got you covered. Twist didn't need to die there, but the victory is all that matters.
Momentary lapse of judgment, but fair enough.
Tense situation for everyone.
And getting late. I mean, these guys obviously didn't play early today, so theoretically they could have slept in and everything else. But you know,
listen, you never know if you can actually sleep in when you have one of these late games. You never know if you're going to get up at 9 o'clock. Although, to be fair, Team Liquid did boot camp in Amsterdam before this, so they were here about 3 or 4 days early.
I mean, you're a professional, so no doubt you will have got the sleep needed for a kind of late day.
Yes. As always, yes. Aggression on these SMGs, and NAF is going to build up some bonus money. So is Twist, and actually all 5 kills go to SMGs, so well done, and this will be another phenomenal bonus round for Team Liquid if they don't decide to upgrade any of these. It is a little bit of a risk, but you can make them work on Inferno when you can use utility to get up towards close off angles. Deska mentioned this in the first segment about this series when they saw the maps. I didn't hear the entire pregame this time around, but talked about SK has had their struggles in the past on this map. It has not always been kind to them. I think Yanko mentioned right at the end, maybe the first meaningful Inferno deciding map that they might win.
Yeah, and Yanko's prediction actually was for SK, and you've got to give him credit no matter what. That was closer than I think most people were maybe thinking. Yes. That they could have even done it 2-0. Still a chance, obviously. So far, fighting here in the 4th round. That's not fun, is it?
Stewie just gets battered. 1 HP. Nice nade damage from Team Liquid. I think Astralis has really taught a lot of teams to spend a little bit of time on their HE work. Showing off what it can do. Twist and Taco working together over towards lane, getting aggressive, finding some information. They've got to be careful. Maybe not push all the way in here. Taco's going to get boosted up. 4 players now at this A bomb site. Elijah's at car. He's got a Molotov to slow things down if he feels the pressure. 57 seconds on the clock. This is a really difficult 4-man stack at top mid for Team Liquid. This is going to be tough for SK to get through it. They can't isolate.
I mean, there are so many people with their backs turned over at the quad side that any amount of flashbang, probably still going to be a couple of you left who can actually see what's going on. So, yeah, this is going to be extremely difficult to break if you're on the SK side. We'll see if they're going to be successful. Trying to see if they can make it. Taco turning for the first flashbang. Fer doing a really good job, but you see the return and Naf just crushing it with the MP9.
Big kill as Fallen was trying to pressure while that presence came up mid. They were trying to delay the rotation, but Elige got that kill. Now he's in the back of the bomb site. 15 HP, yes, and he's going to go down to Coldzera. A chance here for SK to take this round. Stewie has only got 1 HP, and he's got the unenviable job of having to watch the flank, and the timing of it is going to be everything. Taco going to turn the corner, and he doesn't react in time. Stewie gets that one somehow, and they're both still alive, but really expect the follow-up from Naf. That could end everything, and his only decision is to get aggressive.
He's finally going to go down, Stewie, but what you could do with 1 health is really quite a lot. Cole's going to get 1 shot. He follows up with a second. That's a triple, surviving on 8 health. And SK pick up the first round. My God, that was quick.
That really was. Coldzera, of all people, as well. But remember, that's the bonus round from Team Liquid. A really nice win for SK. The money is still going to be low despite a win. And I mean, Fallen knows it as well. And this is actually a really cool difference of this SK is willing to take these timeouts. You mentioned it. SK frequently just didn't take timeouts whatsoever. They seemingly had all the answers on the fly. Now they need it.
That's a good round to remember the next time you're on 1 health somewhere in a one of your own matches, and you think, well, listen, I mean, I'm out of this round. Just Stewie doing so much in there. It was unfortunate though. I think Taco, when he peeked the corner, he thought that they were all the way at the bottom of yellow.
He's pre-aiming, right?
Yeah, he was pre-aiming it, and then the recoil just kind of messed him up a little bit, which is a little bit of a shame. But this is great.
A little bit of a mistake in the 2v1. Usually, I mean, it's a small point to criticize, but if the low HP player goes in first, right, and the transfer has to go onto the 100 HP player, a little bit easier to manage. Regardless, a chance for Team Liquid to respond immediately. There's going to be 3 AK-47s for SK Gaming. They got a good amount of utility as well. Nitro has the AWP, and there's 4 M4s. This would be a huge, huge round for SK to take. If they can demolish the purchases, demolish the buy out of Team Liquid, and take all their money away very early on in this half, you know what this map is like on the T side when your opposition has all the nades they could possibly want, are able to rebuy multiple times. So early on, SK can do some very big work.
That's a lot of commitment towards the Arch side. And all it really did was push Nitro a slight bit back. That does mean he can't see what's happening in middle, admittedly, so maybe that will help them out.
It's not all it's done. Look at the B defense. They completely evacuated. I mean, Nafly is all the way back. He can get smoked off very easily. Elige needs to get back there at some point. I don't know why they kind of ran this whole way. They don't have any other smokes as well. There's a minute left in this round, and the B bomb site is pretty much left destitute of utility. And they're not cheating anyone back towards B. It's going to be Naf, and he's going to have a smoke to contend with, and he's just going to hope he gets lucky.
I don't understand this at all. Like, I can understand you leaving 1 person, but 1 person outside of B, retaking the B bomb site is...
It's no fun.
Yeah, you just don't really want to do that. They might be in that situation in just a couple of seconds, unless they can spray someone down for the smoke. That would maybe be the one big thing. But it doesn't even look like SK are going to smoke it. They actually are going to try and take this fight. That's really interesting. Stewie does go down. Naf, more kills coming through. They're going to try and see if they can overwhelm him. And they will be successful at that. Still a 3-on-3. That was... Normally a smoke goes up in there, but I think SK wanted to try and see if they could surprise them.
Yeah, exactly. And unfortunately, that was their undoing. Allows 2 kills to come out and even this up, and now it makes it for a viable retake. 1 kit on Taco. He's going to lead the way from Banana. Twist is with him. The nice thing for SK Gaming, they have all 3 players behind Coffins and in Ruins and in Construction. Liquid is not going to expect that. They're going to want to clear out corners into the bomb site. This is so dangerous on this retake. Liquid has no idea. A nice nade, but they need the kills.
Yeah, I mean, once they get the first kill, and maybe even the second, there's going to be more people there. Spray coming through, someone's already on the defuse, and there is a kit on there. 1 second left, and Taco following it all the way through. That's a great retake from Liquid, not losing anybody at all. And SK, they didn't even get to put any of those players into play, really.
No, they didn't at all. I think they expected Team Liquid to be, kind of streaming into the bomb site to clear out the back corners, and that just didn't really happen the way they expected it to.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Also, I mean, a double flank, usually 2 players coming from CT spawn. You imagine that Construction player can have some kind of an argument, some kind of an impact on the round. So the plant's going to be nice. SK Gaming, they don't get away with an economic reset. I mean, just once it gets into that scenario, they had everything perfectly in the build-up. Oh my god, this is so aggressive from Twist, and he's going to get punished. That's a deagle at long range, and he wanted the close-up fight.
He obviously did not expect them to have Deagles or that AK-47. I mean, I guess he knew they had that from the previous round, but still, that seems crazy.
That is an overcommitment.
He didn't even check if, like, he just had his mind made up already that he was going to go and fight that.
Well, here's another overcommitment. This one is going to work out for Elige. Fur goes down. That's one of the AKs. Drop through the smoke, and Naf's going to respond. Those are some pretty risky trades and an even riskier decision to try and steal the gun away.
Oh, God.
Bless it all.
That's a little bit greedy, isn't it?
Listen, it's crunch time.
Oh, chicken got panicked.
Everyone's feeling it.
Yeah.
The animals.
Chickens are on edge. Yeah, well, see if Naf is going to get the early warning sign when they come around the corner. He does have one flash, but it's really not a lot, but, you know, it might buy him an extra second or two.
He's playing it aggressively. He's not even going for the early warning. He's going to go for the commit. And actually, it's not a bad idea, and it's going to work out again. SK Gaming doesn't know how big they're being outplayed at the moment. Naf sees the smoke, but he's telling his team it's a fake. They're going to go towards the A bomb site. He sees absolutely nothing. Now he's got a fast flank. He might even be able to catch Stewie if he turns this corner right now. And there's the bomb. That's it. I mean, SK Gaming, they put themselves in some good positions, and they just can't handle some of the unfortunate natures. Great plays from Team Liquid. coldzera might be able to take some guns away, but the round's over.
It's beautiful control from Naf. I mean, you don't always... It's not every day that you sort of get it illustrated that precisely what it is, what exactly is the information that they're acting on. Sometimes it could be a little bit obscure because there's so much happening. This time you just knew. Like, you saw the smoke in the sky, went to check, there's no one there, and then that's it. Great job. Snapfly at 11-3, and we haven't... I mean, he's been playing all right this tournament, but we haven't seen the really mad version of Nafly yet.
Well, definitely not in this series so far. It is going to be a huge benefit, especially of him playing the B bomb site. Cash, he was 12-20. Train, he was 24-19, so that wasn't bad at all. Here he's out to a great start. And SK Gaming, I mean, you have to feel for him. That one decision to not smoke off CT spawn, they expected players to be in the site, and they played right into it. And it's crazy because they had the fake they threw at A. It wasn't even maybe just fake. Just the pressure they applied caused a full evacuation of that B bomb site, and you can't have known that. But 9 times out of 10, when you hit that bomb site, you probably put a smoke towards CT spawn.
Yeah, I guess, you know, just luck of the draw.
They do have the money pretty low for Liquid. I mean, that's one of the benefits. Again, on a map like this where utility can dictate so much, it is at least good that they have that low. They have it almost at the breaking point. So they're still not really getting beat up just yet, even though it's a 5-1 score.
Look at how quick Fur is in the apartments here, checking it out. Just rushing right to that position. I think he may have got slightly forced out by the grenade. And now he's trying to take over. He's just moving in. Nobody knows that Fur's here, I think. I don't think sure they've realized Fur can actually crack this open, but he's going to go down to Nitro instead. I think he almost got that, like, down to 8 health. Yeah. That was Fur just on a one-man mission.
Yeah, he just let Fur get unleashed and go for some kind of a play. The good news is, with Nitro this beat up, SK not only have as a softened up defender here at this A bomb site, but it basically prevents anyone from cheating back towards B because you want somebody to be able to replace him. Naf's going to get the spot on Rap side of Fallen, just tries to cross this. A nice dink as well. He calls that out, and SK Gaming, they try and be aggressive on the other side of the map, and it's just not going to work.
Look at Elige sneaking on into the middle, catching Fallen with the MP9. God, Liquid are hard to contain on this map, even on the CT side. They're doing a fantastic job of those. So is SK. That's a great opening. You thought they were going to get locked in and just die there. Bomb is down, though, for Elysian. I mean, can he really do this? They don't have a lot of health. One more smoke being picked up there to try and allow him to get out. He's going to jump right down. Not close enough to be able to stop coldzera, but he gets the headshot on Bulge regardless. Oh my god, Elige, this is brilliant. Now it's a triple, but if he can get the kill on Cold, that would certainly be heartbreaking for SK Gaming. He knows where he is. Elige going to be making a quick jump over, but the spray is accurate, and headshot through the side of the box. Triple for Cold. He saves them one more time.
Yeah, how many times have we said coldzera saving SK? That is such a nice round from him. Still not out of it again. 4 players go down for SK. Cold can drop... He can drop just the one AK-47, and Liquid's not going to let it go. They're going to buy up into it. Elige almost showing off some clutch skills as well. 5-2. and they let that one slip away. It's a wash for SK. They contained it so very well, and then all 3 kills go out so quickly for SK. It was right when you heard Team Liquid clear out the Rap side with that pop flash. SK decides to attack lane because they know they have at least one piece of the defense shifting towards that side. They have an opportunity, and they capitalize.
Stewie, this is so dangerous. Great flashbang from a teammate. Gets an instant headshot on Nitro. Not sure if he had any head armor, I doubt it. That's great news all around. Good return for Taco though. Wants to follow it up for his right on the other side. And oh, getting a bit greedy. Still picking up the kill. But that almost cost him his life. Twist almost going to get it in a follow, but Taco will continue his reign of terror inside of the A-bomb side. Elige there to help him out, and it's a triple by the time he goes down. Stewie, can he make this one work? Putting the bomb down. Elige the first man up. Actually, he's going to be Nafly to go down first, and almost making it work, but not enough. Goes back to pick up the AWP, and Liquid are going to win the round.
No, but this map is still so close despite some of these clutches going towards Team Liquid. Obviously, the previous one not so. A great job by Taco. You were wondering if he was going to go for that AK-47 or swing and clear even further in towards Halls. It was the 2 options, and Fur not able to catch him off. And it's even fine that Fur's over-aggressive there, perhaps, because his teammates are coming up lane at pretty much the same time. They just pick up the pace with Fur. But still, with the money the way it is on this defense, this map is just deathly close. And I think SK, they might just feel like they're at the end of their capabilities of kind of investing and challenging for rounds. They want the AK-47s. They haven't had a perfect buy in some time.
What a close game this is. You're right, even though maybe if you look at the scoreboard, it doesn't quite seem like it, but it absolutely has been some crazy rounds. Stewie mentally lining himself up for that deagle shot. It's always fun when you can see that. You sort of you know what they're doing.
Pre-aim in the corner. Bolts has been tagged down to 62. Look at all the utility Liquid's using early on. I know they don't have the perfect buy either, and they don't have everything they could possibly want, but 1 minute and 15 seconds, and they've only got 2 flashbangs left. They are feeling the pressure, and I think they're also feeling, you know, the confidence or the insanity of SK to just be able to walk up portions of the map and take a fight, just to be willing to go challenge, just dry, without any kind of indication it's coming.
Nitro, ready and waiting. Not over peeking. Oh, well, Cole was ready. I was pleased that Nitro wasn't over peeking that corner all that much. Twist holding on to the site, but he's getting shot down to the back as well. He's got to fight somewhere. He actually picks up the kill and turns around. That's so quick. He's back at it again. He was about to get completely locked in.
I don't know how he managed to get all 3 of those kills.
Yeah, it's just unbelievable, isn't it? They bought a Son of Shotgun by mistake, Moses.
Who's that, SK?
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
It's in the spawn.
I'm assuming Fallen bought it? No, Fallen still has plenty of money. Someone bought it, but yeah, sucks for them. Nicely done from Twist. I mean, that's so hard to manage. Great job by Fallen of just baiting and kind of giving up and allowing that kind of 1 second gap. And for as good as the Deagles rang out on Rap side, it wasn't the case at the balcony. 5 AKs for SK Gaming this time. Go a little bit deeper into the playbook. Taco and Twist at the A-bomb site. 3 players defending towards Banana as Elige moves up and clears towards the logs. But again, a lot of utility being used early to get Nitro safely in this position. Obviously, this time clearing the wood to prevent Stewie from finding that opening kill like last time.
See if anything is going to come from it. I mean, the first result is obviously the fact that they can now have 4 men in the A-bomb site. So that's the immediate effect of having Nitro on that side. But down the line, see if he can do anything about them if they show up.
They're playing deep in the site, though. 2 in the site, no one in pit as well. So if SK are to do something in lane, it's one angle of attack onto the bomb site and towards small pit. But also there's no one who can really spot how close someone is towards lane. So they just have to be ready for it at all times.
The good thing is Nitro can get a couple of shots in. He's going to get flashed. He's going to run all the way back. He doesn't have a Molotov, and Taco getting caught trying to cheat. That's a big kill.
Yeah, that is a very big kill. And like I said, the fact that there's no one in pit is really going to be painful. And now that Nitro had to fall back from Banana, Elige is rotated to B. It's just the 2 players in the bomb site.
Yeah, they say bomb site has just become a tomb for Twist and Naf. I don't see them coming out of this one. They should get wrapped around from more or less both sides, and Twist, 19 seconds here, trying to put up a good defense, but not going to happen. Nitro has to try and hold on to the AWP. That was... I mean... Like,
try and do it. Try and do it. Try to make it sound sensical.
I was just going to say, the problem is Nitro doesn't have any grenades to stop the push. And so Taco just thinking like, I've got to come and help out quick, you know.
If I had to hazard a guess at it, I would say that's kind of part of the miscommunication that comes from having Taco still being relatively new in the team, is that he's not really used to how intense and how alarming the calls are out of Nitro. You know, he probably says they're coming B, and Taco thinks that's like a 5-man commit, right? But regardless,
yeah,
I mean, still just running straight down mid is a bit crazy. Nitro hasn't really been involved too much, 3 and 5. But they've done it, SK. We mentioned how close of a game simply because of the money. And this is SK finally cracking the code.
Yeah, this is a big result for them right now. They can turn this round, or they turn this half in their favor. Well, not quite in their favor. They can have a big win suddenly. Although Team Liquid actually kind of shockingly buy into this round. I don't know what to make about that.
I think it's fair play. I think they've. I mean, the tough part is the nades. They're going to have 2 CZs and an SMG, as you guys will see when we get back to that screen after this tactical pause from SK. But also, I mean, just not wanting to let SK build upon anything. I mean, look at the rest of this game. It's kind of been just a repetition over and over. After the 3 rounds, it was SK winning 4, losing 2, and then SK winning a round and then losing 2, and now they've just won 1. So Team Liquid wants to reset that cycle and prevent themselves, because if they lose this one, if they save or they lose this one, then you allow money to be building up on SK, then you're in that weird cycle of not really having enough money every single time. So better to challenge it now when you have the op, when you have an M4 on the board.
When you don't have grenades like Liquid, sort of in the situation they're in now, does that tilt you towards being a little bit more aggressive?
No. I think you let Nitro take any kind of aggression that you want to do. If you want to get aggressive, you base it around that AWP. We'll see what happens from it. Liquid working hard to get him set up over here. 2 players at sandbags, 3 players at the base of banana. This could decide a lot here. Nitro's going to get Molotov back, take a shot.
He has got a flashbang, so maybe he could help his teammates out. Not going to be able to help Elish, and I think Naf is going to suffer a similar kind of fate. That's a very good opening for Stewie.
He's done it again. And now I think you have to get into that kind of gamble mode where Taco, Twist, both go towards that B bomb site. Just stick there, protect the AWP, and also later in the round you can try for that M4. Nitro is going to flash Taco over to try and take out Stewie. It's going to work. He's completely blind, but he's not going to get away. More fighting, and here comes Nitro to bail him out, but he can't. There's flashbangs. He's getting so many nades thrown at him. He's just getting bodied out of this fight by the utility of SK, and back to the A-bomb site they go, where Twist can do absolutely nothing against this many opponents.
He's going to try anyway at the edge of the smoke. Just wants to try and see if he can hero it. Does get hero. Another headshot coming. Oh my god! Almost getting 3 kills with just 12 bullets in that C-set 75. That is very hard to do. Nitro now, obviously, he must have been inspired by that moment, thinking maybe I could pull it home. He needs somebody to peek him, and that is not happening. I understand, yeah, sometimes people hide there, but if they don't show themselves, yeah, he kind of has to give it up. That's nuts.
What a job by Twist. I was writing him off. I didn't think he would get that second, much less even dinking the third and almost cleaning it up. If he had done that, it just would have been too much. It just would have been an incredible turnaround for Team Liquid, but they are going to be put on the back foot, and now they have to save around the salt. Now you have to just kind of rely on Nitro.
I actually think if he did that, Bolts was so far around the corner that he couldn't easily even have come back to kill Twist as he was
reloading. Would have
reloading.
been a 2-on-1, yeah.
That would have been really hard to deal with. Well then, so it is an exciting game. We're really getting there.
It's going to get back into it as well. This is not over. SK with such a nice advantage in this round. The CZ's just bought up on Twist, and why the hell not? Even though they don't have the money, they don't have a great losing bonus. But again, if you're Team Liquid, you have to put some bodies next to Nitro, because you're not going to have the money. You obviously, no matter what happens this round, unless Nitro does something crazy and gets like the opening 2 or 3 kills, your priority is saving that op into the next round. It's not necessarily winning the round. That's just kind of a benefit that may come down to pass.
Oh, I mean, this is what I would expect out of Taco. He's actually helping the chicken out of the line of fire in the middle of the battle.
See, I don't like that. I think you need that killer instinct.
Taco, though? Does it,
I mean, yeah, obviously. Not
just a friendly person, isn't he?
He is. Well, Naf has brought the op over towards A. It's watching Rap side. Twist and Taco to buddy up on lane. Taco's in Graveyard. Naf's going to rotate away. I'm going to check out this shot from Fallen that we missed earlier. Nitro going for the peek and Fallen waiting for exactly that. Yeah, you can see the op going over towards the B bomb side. This is what I mentioned in the last round. Just go over there, just gamble stack it, make sure you can bring the op forward. That's exactly what's going to go down. So it'll be 5 rounds for SK Gaming as Team Liquid concedes this one. But then Team Liquid, if they don't start winning, all of a sudden this is a great T-half for SK.
I mean, that is the benefit of keeping on the pressure and... Oh, God.
It's having a seizure.
It is. Somebody get the medicine. Everybody waiting. They're not that keen to take away the AWP at the moment.
It's been such an economic struggle for both teams, and SK still needs, like, the money that they're going to gain from winning this round is phenomenal. Only Bolts is really sitting at anything super comfortable. He's at 6K. Coldzera's at 2,800. Everyone else is 1,000 or below. And the fact that Liquid called for the save so early just means they can set up in such good positions that it would be so costly to chase down that op.
Yeah, nobody having any kind of fun and no action at the end of this round. Just kind of a little bit of a calm before the storm here as we see what happens when Liquid are going to be able to pick up rifles in a meaningful way, which is going to be in this round. So, I mean, it was looking so good for Liquid. They were winning a lot of those clutches, even if they were close. And
yes.
Now SK just, I mean, 5 rounds is not that bad at all.
That was the danger of that. Even though they were winning the rounds, it was they weren't winning them cleanly. So, I mean, SK does just a good job of keeping the pressure up. Liquid only able to win 2 rounds in a row at a time. And all those clutches as well. So, SK fought for it. Look at this boost. Other side, Nitro going to go for something. Peeking out a little bit wider, and they're walking it together.
Yeah.
And nothing comes from that boost just yet, and pretty soon they're going to have to bust it up.
That's so cool, though, the fact that they can walk it together, because usually people just kind of, just the top person moving around. That's, I can see that working out a number of times. Fallen, mildly annoyed that his teammates are walking in front of him when he just wants to wallbang them.
Just wants to spam.
Please. But very common setup. Elise, I guess, is boosted up at the back of B, which can be good fun. You can very easily get Molotov there, although we haven't really seen those big Molotov executes for actually a long time, not even just in this map. I feel like they've gone a little bit out of style.
Yeah, people start to check this spot as well when they turn the corner.
Yeah.
And Stewie is so deadly on his entries into the B bomb site. He's paired up with Coldzera at the moment, and that's a pretty frightening duo. Again, Team Liquid, the utility is not anything to write home about, especially at the B bomb site. It's a flash and a Molotov because Alicia's going to have to be flash out. Here it comes. Won't even have a chance to get the Molotov down. Good entry from Stewie. Alicia's alive in the back of the bomb site, but he just can't do anything. Stewie just with that 1 kill, Naf on top of the box. And the speed and the pace of that hit means that Molotov from Naf just can't come out, can't delay anything. So that is really well done from SK.
Oh, it bolts. A little bit cheeky on the other side. That's quite a resource to have. Someone, like, if you can just let Stewie off the hook and be sure to get that one opening kill, that does everything you need.
Fur goes for the chase, and he's punished. I don't think anyone from SK is going to challenge this again. Fallen's the closest with an AWP, and he might peek for it, but doesn't want to overextend. 6 rounds for SK now. They're making this already. It's a good offensive half. And they have a chance to even build. They have a chance to have the lead going forward into the defensive side. Yeah,
that can absolutely happen. Liquid, that money looking very sketchy. They could maybe throw an M4, buy one on the Liege. They can sort of spread it out. I think they're getting a little bit worried about not winning enough rounds. Maybe they want that 9-6 scoreline. Certainly seems like it. It does cost them a tiny bit in grenades,
which they've struggled to keep.
Yeah.
So that's nothing to really shrug at. Here we go. Fallen towards the B bomb site. No one's challenging this round. We've seen that 3-man top banana defense initially, as we frequently do, but this time it's only Naf and Elige. So no point in those two just challenging. Both of them with the FAMAS.
They do put out a couple of grenades, but are they going to try and... That's a good counter flashbang. I think they want to try and see if they could sort of follow up and catch anyone who was going to be fired into the corner, but...
Listen, they accomplished absolutely nothing with all that utility usage. There's barely any damage onto Stewie. They don't have a Molotov, they don't have a smoke to delay, and there's only the two of them there with the FAMAS, so this is going to be painful.
And SK know it.
Yeah. And all 5 players are here just to line up everything. They're just going to throw everything.
Why not? Lige needs to hit a headshot. The grenades just aren't there. Probably wishes right about now he had that one Molotov or grenade to do anything. He's going to try and see if he can follow up on that flashbang. Does get into the site, and there are a lot of people waiting for him. FAMAS is not equipped to take care of that kind of situation. Not sure what weapon really is. 4 versus 5 now. Bomb plant happening right in front, and Cold Zero going to get shot down. That's a huge kill for Taco. 30 seconds, that's actually going to change the round. They have to go back and fight. Taco getting one more kill. Can he pick up the third? Nitro's there to take down Fur. What a big turn. Not Taco, an absolute hero.
What a mistake from SK Gaming. You don't see that all the time. They didn't have the timing on that smoke. They didn't realize when it cleared. There were 3 players not covering the planter, and by the time it clears, they just couldn't see that player against the wall, and Taco is able to prevent the defuse, and that is such a big performance, and that was so needed. Liquid at this B bomb site has just been getting battered round after round, and it's the A players who end up salvaging this situation.
When Cole goes down, the other players who are bet, they can't even cross back to pick up the bomb.
They have no more utility. They use it all in the execute.
Oh, God.
Now, that was painful.
But everything else about that round was great for SK. They know all the grenades are gone. They do exactly what they should be doing. It was picture perfect.
Yanko highlighted this in the pregame on Train. There was that one round that Liquid won with basically just a flashbang invested. This time they obviously had more. But you can point to that in a 16-14 loss and say that round might have been the deciding factor. Double up set up now for Team Liquid and a great dink onto Cold Zera. Stewie's at half HP, so one of the rare times in these past, 6 rounds it feels like that Liquid has come out with the advantage.
Naf now playing with the AWP over there with Elish, so still possible that Naf could get smoked away, and that would leave Elish alone on the bomb site. Good opening frag for him, though. Making it a double and pulling back. He does so much damage. Should be more than enough now. Nafly just has to wait and stay alive. There's not really any point in fighting alone. This is the 15th round, so just make sure you win the round. Trying for a little bit of spam, but a little bit out of range. Cold Zero covering from behind, but Fallen's the only one who has any real health, so let's see if he can save them. No one being fired upon there, although it's worth trying, I suppose. Bomb ticking away. Taco coming up from one side. He didn't win the fight last time against Cold Zero. This time, if he does, then that's almost mission accomplished. It's going to be Cold going down, and now Fallen sneaking in. He's out of the open alone. He's going to get taken down. I think they were actually jumping over the smoke then. 9-6 in favor of Team Liquid. This could have been so different.
It really could have been. That is almost a 3-round swing, or a 2-round swing at the very least. It was the last one they just did that too. So that's the difference between an 8-7 half for SK Gaming and 9-6 now for Team Liquid. This is that one round, just so costly. That's going to be painful for SK to watch back. But either way, that's a great T-side. Losing pistol, only being able to get 2 rounds in like the first 8 or 9 rounds of the game, and then going such a massive swing.
The first 2 rounds that they got, did they have only one person? Yeah, so but both the first 2 rounds were
harsh
1v1.
Resets, yeah. Harsh resets. And also, I mean, the fact they go on that 4-round streak just shows they figured out how to get into bomb sites real good, didn't they?
Yep.
All 4 rounds that they won were plants. And Liquid somehow pulls off a miracle. These even get towards 9, but gives them an advantage going into the second half. And like we said, this isn't the greatest map for SK Gaming. We've seen times where their defense has been questionable, and we'll see if this lineup has what it takes to kind of shore things up.
Yeah, 3 over at Banana, just making sure that if there was going to be some sort of rush, then they would stop it. Instead, actually, Liquid are doing the exact same thing there. SK were doing, rushing up the middle. Bolts has been forced back, but a good headshot, actually. Naf trying to chase him down. Stewie on the other side, and Cold Zero also getting a kill, and this is getting completely shut down for SK Gaming. Naf very low on health at the moment. Nitro be the ones to do it if they could. Have to be quick about it, and Stewie just not interested.
No.
Whatever he was selling on that balcony, Stewie wasn't buying.
Oh, Liquid chased Bolts. They gave him the time to get away as well and find some safety and find a good angle.
I mean, if you make that call, rush up middle, then the breakaway into Boiler to try and take like a slower fight, that might not be the best thing. Might just want to continue at that point.
Hard to say. I mean, obviously, it's still a very nice shot that Bolts hits. Don't take it away from him. And obviously, Stewie with 3 kills and those 2 very nice shots right at the end. But SK now wins that pistol round. And that's 5 of 6 pistol rounds for SK Gaming in this series. Big advantage to be able to take it in 3, and a good chance of evening things up pretty early on, although Liquid has been pretty dangerous in these 2nd and 3rd rounds. We've seen them win a number of them.
Now would be a good time to win one of those, because what this does for SK is that it allows them to get all of those grenades early on that they really need. Once Liquid have money to buy AK-47s, they're going to have to deal with all of that grenade spam early on the rounds. Does make things a bit trickier. Good counter Molotov coming out. Stewie waiting to try and pop flash. He's going to do it once, and actually Fallen just fighting inside of all of those flashbangs. He got the kill and a lot of damage onto Naf, so that pretty much shuts it down. They don't have any more grenades either, Liquid.
Yeah, it's over. That 3rd player comes in, he doesn't even have to line anything up, doesn't even have to be smart about it, just toss the flashbangs in towards water. That solves all the problems. Team Liquid gonna have to readjust towards mid, and actually, I mean, they split up, so look what it's done though, actually. SK Gaming, both players of the B bomb site are no longer in the bomb site. Yeah, the 3rd player rotated back towards A.
There's no smoke, so actually Fallen is pretty exposed here. I guess they're both lined up for the same angle, but a little bit worrisome. If everyone peeked at the same time there for Liquid, that could get a little bit interesting. Nitro gonna get the shot on Stewie, and the bomb, though, they have to go and pick it up, so Fallen can just wait here, and he should. There's only 13 seconds. Get the backup in. Nitro Twist hitting a couple of shots. This is way too expensive for SK Gaming, needlessly so, I'd say. Twist, with that headshot, that would have been absolutely dangerous, and no bomb plant for Liquid. I don't know what's happening anymore.
I still have no idea how they got that they won that many fights right at the end there to get that in, even just down into a 2-on-2. If they had gotten the plan off, it would have been so crazy. I think if they had gotten the plan off, we might have seen another buy out of them.
Yeah, just to keep the pressure on.
Yeah, 9-8 though. SK Gaming kind of survived a scare there that almost shouldn't have been. It felt like that round was going to get shut down a number of times. Either way, though, Liquid doing the similar thing to SK, just kind of trying to limit that economy, prevent it from growing too out of reach. This is a chance, though, if you're SK Gaming, you want guys like Fur. We know he's an eco hunter. You guys want guys like Stewie to go chase him down as well. Get the bonus money on the SMGs. Try and refill some of that lost cash. 8-9. Twist going to challenge with the Glocks, and might be something where they just kind of probe towards top mid just to see how SK is going to be spotting it. Here's Stewie kind of creeping towards the end of Banana, ready to pounce at any moment.
Oh, Nitro getting denied. See, if this is simple, this wouldn't happen. Just get out the way.
Wouldn't even need to say anything, would he? That's an interesting fight with Fallen at long range, and Stewie's going to be happy about it. Free kill for him. Naf the only one left, a minute left in the round. And he just wants to take his time.
Take our time, Moses.
Well, he does get Fallen, so at the end you could always say fair play. Nicely done from Naf. Precision with the Glock, and equally more precision with the SMG from Stewie. Even swaps out to the rifle to be able to pass that over if he wants to, or I imagine Fallen will get the AWP. But it's going to pass it off to Coldzera.
Predict what's happening in this round for Liquid. Just call around for them right now. Just be right.
Oh God, why have you put that much pressure on me?
Just do it.
I think they're going to go slow. I think it'll be a default spread. I think they'll try and get some banana control, and then they'll hit B late in the round.
There we go. That's it.
That's like the most generic round that I could have called.
You shouldn't have said that. Now people won't give me credit for it.
Default into a late round B hit.
It's fine. Let's just see. So far, the default part's certainly working out. You're right on track, Moses, for a grand prediction.
Liquid has a pretty nasty execute at the B bomb site that actually I recall them destroying SK with it. I'm trying to remember exactly what event it was. I think it might have been Oakland last year, where they do they do the similar thing that SK tried to do in the first half, where you kind of smoke off the front of the B bomb site and you actually wrap towards CT spawn. And specifically against SK, they just ran it and it worked every single time. That was a long time ago, but they still have that play in the wheelhouse.
Yeah, those are the most fun tactics, aren't they? The ones that get pulled out every once in a while, but see what happens now. Under a minute left. 9-9 as the scoreline is tied up. Now, Elish got tagged through the apartment's wall up there, just a little bit of spam. Seems like they are putting a lot of pressure on Quad and starting to make their way around. Deep grenade goes in. Does that force them out? They're looking like they're sort of standing on top of it. They're going to wrap around the A-bomb site. It's Cold and Bolts to shut down all of this attack. Good double kill for Bolts, and he even assisted on the other one. Taco and Nitro, they just need some damage right now. Any kind of kill that they can get. Nitro hoping to find somebody on the bomb side. They know that Bolts is up there, but they can't actually force him out. They need something. There's the shot. Picked up some different equipment, and that will do the trick. Now 18 seconds left. They get the bomb plant, but they just get run down. Taco getting one good kill. Bomb is already being defused by Fur with the kit as well, and he can't really do anything. That's not really Taco's fault. Just up in those apartments. You can't swing that wide.
No, great play from SK to make that retake happen. They knew where Taco was, and Taco knew that as well, so he didn't want to be too aggressive with his peaks, and you just get in as soon as the bomb goes down, but I think Liquid's going to be fine with that. They get 3 kills. They get the bomb planted, so they have money if they want to buy. They have an AK-47. Taco could actually drop one over, but they're not going to. So the AK-47 and the partial investment across the rest of the team, next round's going to be a very strong purchase for Team Liquid.
We're going to see the apartment's waterfall rush this time. That's my favorite thing, Moses.
Could do.
I mean, Nitro actually does not have the right grenades for it, so instead they're just going to be running a little bit up the middle. Next shot comes in, and then on top of the Molotov, my god, that's great.
It's not even fair, is it? They didn't even see a single person.
Neither did Fur, he didn't need to.
Just gets everybody. Obviously the help from the off shot, but that's great. 3 kills for him, and this round is essentially over. Fur handles Nitro just barely. Avenging Fallen and Twist with the AK-47. Damage is the name of the game. Just 1 or 2 more kills. There's a good find. Now towards Rap side, but you can't find Fur. That's an ace for Fur in this round. A beautiful job. At least 3 of those. 1 with a Molotov and 2 through the smoke.
Yeah, that obviously just gets shot down. Not the end of the world for Liquid. I mean, that was kind of a half buy, and they just try and make the work. They're going to buy into this round again. 11-9.
They need to win soon, or else this might be, just out of their reach. You want to get that reset onto SK. You're going to have to win 2 in a row in order to do it. They've built up enough money for that. Maybe even more if they decide to save and play a smart economic game. But now at least they have some utility to do some challenges like this. Let's go towards Banana. Prevent the op from swinging towards Car.
We didn't see any B splits through CT spawn, did we, at all in the first half?
No, I don't. This still is a new SK roster. I think that's one of those tactics you kind of add into the fold once you get a little bit more coordination. It's not your go-to, so it's not going to be one of the first things you work on this map.
I quite like those.
Banana control for Team Liquid, which is going to mean there has to be 2 players at this B bomb site for SK. Cold Zera has the op over towards the A bomb site. Taco's in position to be a really powerful lurker. He's at that corner out towards Rap side. Got to be careful without peeking it too much. Trying to deny some information, but the nice thing about Fur is he has no problem getting right up behind it, jumping up on the pallet. I don't think he can see anything just yet, but this will be brutal for Taco if he tries to go through.
Yeah, he's waiting at the moment. Probably listening to some of the calls from the teammates. A little bit of a grenade being expended there now, under 40 seconds. And are they just going to try and explode through this as the smoke goes away? That could be the strategy. 33 seconds Fallen. He's kind of ready and waiting for it. And Stewie's in the back boosted up there. I think Stewie's just holding a grenade right now that he could put right in if they need it. It already comes out a little bit too soon, maybe. Fallen gets one good spray. Stewie with the crossfire to pick up the second kill and a double for him. As he falls back in line. Great defense being put up here from SK Gaming. 10 seconds, and they just need to hide and buy time. That's all that's required at the moment. Now Fly can't even really put the bomb down yet. They've got to worry about Stu. There's Twist picking up 2 great kills, and still out of time. Even with that kill, would have been no time at all to win it. So double for Stewie, and a 12-9 scoreline. I can understand why they want to pulse right now, Liquid.
I absolutely can as well. They haven't. It feels like they haven't won an opening duel in some time. They haven't found any of these first kills, and I mean the defense is just brutal because SK is doing such a good job finding those kills and then just not overextending. Just you know, Liquid from there has to make the move. You know, every second they kind of delay. They have to be kept honest by perhaps a jiggle peek. Your reinforcements are getting closer and closer, and you could see Zeus here talking everyone through this, and this is one of those things probably trying to keep the mental thing up. He's trying to get them hyped. This is a very quiet, reserved Team Liquid.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like Taco's got sort of an infectious mood. He could be
might be the only one on this team.
Someone who's like a little bit out there. That might be a good addition for them, in that sense. 12-9, AKs are being purchased back up. We'll see if they can find the solution. It did take SK a little while before they picked it up when they were on the T side themselves, so fair play, but they are on their way to a victory here in 3 maps on Inferno as well. That'd be something to write home about. I feel like we're hitting prime time for Brazilian viewership, aren't we? Must be.
I don't know.
It's like past midnight here.
Yeah, probably. I think it's pretty close to East Coast time. I think it's within like an hour of it, maybe an hour ahead. Well, they're going to be loving it. Stewie just spotting for information, ready to drop the smoke. He's the only one here. If this is an aggressive hit, actually, Team Liquid drops the smoke for him. He's loving that. He's so happy right now.
Thanks.
Yeah, you don't see that too often. I imagine that's for respect out of Fallen's op, I guess.
Yeah, it could be, but they're going to flash their way through. They're going to go very aggressive. Is he ready for it, Stewie? Fallen can't help him out right now. He's going to be going down. And Fallen, slight gap. Oh, so close to hitting that fly, but instead the return from Elige. Jumping up in the box to pick him off. That's a great move. If Fur goes down in this retake, coming in from Banana, then the other 2 players might as well just pack it up. They kind of need Fur to win the first fight. He's very slow at the moment.
Problem is there's 3 Liquid players live inside the bomb site, so Elige is already aware, and SK now have switched from retake mode to just contain. Take all the weapons away from Team Liquid. Make sure they have to fight to get out. Coldzera is going to pick one off. Now they have the knowledge. The retake isn't coming in. Elige has got to find Fur, and he spots him out. Going to be a tough fight to win. Nade comes in. His teammates might be able to help him out. Nitro from a different angle. Should be able to get that win, but there's Elige, and that should allow safety for Twist. Just barely to 8 HP. That smoke Team Liquid throws, yeah, it prevents any kind of a peek, and they actually walk into it, and that's what that pop flash is designed for. They want to get inside that smoke, look into the wall, and have a very quick explosive hit as the smoke flies over for CT spawn.
Yeah, great stuff. Nice change of pace as well. That's obviously a call. I mean, they had the timeout, right? So they're sort of shuffling over what exactly can crack this open.
And you could see, I mean, Zeus obviously, had to switch into that kind of a call. Zeus dumbing it down for him a little bit, just saying, listen, not everyone's like, clicking, not everyone's hitting their shots, no one's really finding any kind of a pick or an entry for us. So let's just keep this simple. Let's just group up towards that B bomb site very quick. We've been able to establish control and just play the trade game through that smoke, and they're able to make it work. But, I mean, at some point you're going to have success with some of the more complex things. We'll see if they can do it here. Still kind of stuck in this grouped up death ball.
Yeah, but I do kind of feel like people do tend to overcomplicate things sometimes. Like
yes.
It's almost like they make it worse over time, Some of the basic stuff actually works fantastic if you can make it happen. That is a nice grenade into the middle. Liquid are not going to be happy about this. Running through the smoke, right into the fire, and Stewie's there to pick them up. Fur on the other side, no chance at all. Oh God, after a little bit of success, that might be the map.
Yeah, that's Stewie just sticking the dagger into his North American friends. That is such a great defense, just waiting for them to come through the smoke. He knows he's got Fur on the other side. He doesn't need to throw the Molotov in towards the brackets. Just make sure he's safe on Rap side and he gets given some gifts. They come through that smoke spraying, and that time, the first time towards the B-bomb site, it was a clever little change. This one felt desperate.
Didn't have the same oomph, did it?
No, there's no real panache to it,
That's a good word.
You like that?
I love it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's also it does feel bad when you jump through that smoke and then there's just flames on the other side. You're like, oh.
I don't even know if they realized the flames were there immediately, because I think the first guy who went through was blind.
Yeah.
So, just a disaster on all fronts.
Not a good time.
No, not by any stretch. 10-13, and that was kind of the round that might have been able to help him get back into it. Could have at least limited money. That's not going to happen whatsoever. SK Gaming, they've ballooned into a very solid safety net. It's going to be a force buy out of Team Liquid. They've gotten just decimated on this map. Or on the second half, at the very least. One round on the offensive side for Team Liquid. They ended the first half 9-6.
Yeah, they lose, what, like 6 rounds in a row? And then they win a single round, and then they're back to losing again. That's not good. That can't keep happening.
It's not ideal, is it? Yeah. Well, feeling the pain at the moment.
See if they can make anything happen with the C-75s and the Deagle. If you're quick, I mean, the defense is a little bit spread out here over on A. Cold sort of alone over the apartments. Bolts, he's going to fall back and catch up with Bolts, so they can help each other out quite a bit. They have a Molotov for the corner where Fur is in, so there's always a chance.
There's always a chance.
If you just believe, Moses.
I know for a fact that does not work.
You don't watch the Disney movies? It works all the time.
Well, Fur's probably going to kill 2 through a smoke, so let's be patient with our belief.
Yeah, Fur would be the villain in a Disney movie, wouldn't
he? He definitely would be. Here we go. Pop flash in towards lane. Fur's going to peek now. It's not through his smoke, but he has some 3 guys very low. The AWP actually missing, and coldzera stands in the flames, and that needed to be a kill. Bolts is going to hold down this pit, and more Fur now coming back, and there's the Deagle shot. They've started to take over this bomb site. It's not quite theirs yet. The smoke will help at least get the plant, but there's such a huge gap in that. Fur's going to go right through it. Of course he is. He doesn't want to mess around, and Nitro saves Taco. 22 HP in the pit with the Deagle, and Stewie takes off his head.
I don't even know how he could see for the edge of the smoke, but he did. Nitro picking up the gun. 10 seconds here. He needs to go back and get that bomb, otherwise it's not even going to matter. They're not going to give him the chance either. Got to pick it up. There it finally is with 6 seconds, and the problem is now they can just run him down. He has to hope they're both there, and they're not, and that's going to be the round. If they both... He had no choice.
Yep.
That was all that he could have done.
Either Stewie stops the plant, or...
Yep. That was actually a perfect play. The perfect communication between Stewie and Fallen.
Yep, I mean, a great decision by Fallen just to bail out and just leave him on his own. Whoever called it out, that's very nicely done. 14-10, and Liquid almost make it worth with pistols, but it just took too long to get that site secure. Up on Nitro that he was able to save and bring forward into this round, but again, it's just got to be pistols. Just buy what you can. 2 more opportunities for Liquid to find a lifeline.
Fallen right at the edge there, all around the corner. If they can pick him off, maybe they can rush down Stewie. That's a good opening, but Stewie's going to try and use some of these grenades to maybe slow them down. Twist is going to be the first one in. The rest can't join him, so he has to find a little bit of success. Eventually, they're going to come their way through. Stewie doing such a good job at the moment. That double kill definitely keeps them in the round. SK Gaming.
Look at Elige.
Oh, you're right. The flank coming through very late here. They still haven't got the bomb plant, though, so they're sort of waiting for Elige. And are they really realizing? I thought they just turned around to look for it. It almost looked like they did. Fur almost going down. That's such a lot of damage for Elige. That could be enough here. 2 on 2. Fur on 22 health, and the bomb being planted.
Nice shot from Nitro. One more follow-up as coldzera creeps in. He's got the op as well. His position's given up. Molotov is going to force Nitro into the open, and they might double peek him. They might have to. Missed shot. Now Nitro can get a wider angle, but he gets fooled by the fountain. It's just Taco, and he does it. He gets the headshot onto coldzera, saves Team Liquid in this round. 11-14, and it's a hard-fought one, and Elige with that flank buys them the time they need.
It is. I don't know if you're feeling it, but there is something crazy. It's actually happened quite a number of times that Cold and Taco have had a one-on-one duel, and I feel like Cold has come out a number of times. It almost seems like if Cold knows that it's Taco, he just is even more aggressive, like, because he must obviously have that feeling that, like, I know I can take on this guy, you know? But that's one of the times where it's a little bit different. Taco coming out on top.
SK playing really conservative with the money, which is dangerous. CZ's the shotgun on Fur, and Fur is over here in Halls. It's going to be Elige up against him. He backs off. There's a player in... Oh, no, it's all gone wrong. Nitro needs to be careful. He knows the Deagle is on that side, but his teammates are doing the work. It's into a 3-on-3, and now Liquid just needs to breathe. They're going to turn the corner. coldzera's got an AK, but he can't handle it. Fallen inside the bomb site. Everyone's here. Liquid has to fight the whole way in. They are going to clear Fallen out. They're going to do a drive-by, and they find him. And now Stewie gets 1. And Liquid have made it to 12.
That's so unbelievably close. They were so low on health. 2 players left. This has turned into a mad game. The end of Inferno. It does just always deliver. What if we just made it a rule that you just had to play Inferno?
Third map has to be Inferno.
You just have to do it.
I don't mind that.
There's no other way. 14-12, ladies and gentlemen. AWP on Nitro, 1 on Fallen as well. SK obviously still favored to win at this point, but Liquid have started to really make up for loss. Oh my god.
How's he done that? How's he gotten away at the save by Stewie? Oh, that is so sick.
I don't even know. That just makes no sense. He's out in the middle of everything, he's flashed, and yet he somehow gets the flick in and escapes back around the corner.
If you're Naf, or if I'm Naf, probably just broke my mouse.
Yeah, that is going to be really infuriating.
That is a tilt-worthy way to die.
Of course, if you're NAF, you don't actually have those emotions, so...
Well, there's that. I mean, but still, he's got to be wondering how he didn't get the kill. And that's an awkward bounce. Just nothing going right for Team Liquid at the moment. Oh
my god.
You really do hate to see it. That is
I
hate to see it moment.
It's getting kind of late. I kind of needed that.
Revitalized you?
Yeah, I did. Now I feel ready. Flashbang there. Classic going off of the chimney. Passing the 40-second mark now. Fallen is kind of low, but he's also so far back they can't catch him. Stewie also on the bomb site. So only 3 people defending this A bomb site. It's kind of can work for Liquid. One good entry, and this might be their round.
Can they do it is the question. There's a crossfire between Bolts and the bomb site. Twist has to check this, and he should know to. He plays this spot on the CT side. Taco gets the trade, but he's dinked up. coldzera backs off. He just wants to survive. They know where he is, and just barely getting that kill, but look at the HP, and Fur on the flank. This should be easy for SK from here. You just have to breathe on Team Liquid.
Yeah. Get a little bit of communication in for SK Gaming here, and they are going to be able to do it. That's a good flashbang. Good follow-up as well. Putting Fur in his place just a little while. Taco trying to see if he could sneak around while this is happening. Elige gets one good headshot now. All he has to do is buy a little bit of time for Taco, and it might work out. The communication is great, and Taco going to be taking down Fur. What a huge play coming out from Team Liquid. That is so smart.
How have they survived this round? That was so difficult to get into the site. It cost them so much HP, cost them so many players. And they've still pulled it out somehow. Poise under pressure being shown by Team Liquid down the stretch. And they've got a winning streak going as they claw back into this.
I mean, if you are questioning the communication on Team Liquid, that's a very encouraging sign, isn't it?
I mean, it's also just desperation, right? Like, Elijah's spot is known, and he just knows he can't peek. He just has to be there to stall, and he even goes aggressive to make sure they can't make too much progress. Yeah, that's very good coordination and a nice gutsy play from Taco.
That was desperately needed. If he doesn't do that, then I don't think there's any chance they win it. Taco at 22 kills, as you can tell. Stewie on the other team at 27. 14-13, and leading into the 28th round. But SK Gaming, that money is kind of gone.
It's not great. They have the op that Fallen was able to save. He's got a kit as well, which is pretty interesting. So they're going to buy up the smokes and upgraded pistols to be able to delay as long as possible, maybe pull off some kind of a trick. And throughout all this, I mean, the losing bonus has been building. That's 3 rounds in a row now for Team Liquid. It'll be 4 if Liquid wins this one. So going into round 29, they'll have pretty much anything they could possibly want. So Liquid's going to have to battle if they want this victory, and they've been battling this whole way to this point. Both teams, early on in their offensive halves, just get stumped. It was the same for SK in the first half, and later on into the half, both teams kind of figure each other out.
Nothing really out of the ordinary happening just yet for SK. Fallen trying to peek in on one side towards quad with the AWP, hoping to catch someone early on, and he's going to be successful taking down Twist. That's going to be frustrating. And he's going to be... Look at how mobile he's going to be after that. Do they just get one kill in the middle and say it's B? It almost looked like it, didn't it?
Yeah, SK's setting a trap right now. They know the go-to, especially on Inferno, the go-to late into the round, if you don't kind of really know what you're going up against, is just go back to a B bomb, so you can have an easy execute there. And actually, even Fur coming back now, they were expecting some kind of an explosion in Banana in response, as if Team Liquid already had control of it. If they just smoke off Fallen and go up lane, that's their best chance. coldzera's in the pit. Now Fallen rotating back towards the bomb site. Here's that wall of smokes. They're going to go for it. Fallen can wreak so much havoc.
With the AWP, he's only going to have one chance. There's Nitro going down. He's so quick with that weapon. coldzera coming in, getting a big double kill, and he finally dies, but it might be too late. Naf, he has to be a hero this time. 40 seconds, going straight for the bomb plant, not even trying to bait it out. Fallen and coldzera, what a lethal combination inside of that A-bomb side, and Naf is caught out in the open, and he's being flanked as well. If he stays here, he's definitely going to get wrapped on. He's got to be a little bit proactive, otherwise I'm not sure this is going to work out. They do not have a kit currently, and no more grenades. He's hiding in the corner, and they all peek him at the same time. He is completely hunted at this point in time, and he gets dropped by Stewie. Oh, wow. What a defense. There are so many other times where you would have said, why is he bringing the AWP into the bomb site so that they lose it if he dies? You know, like, why not try and save it into the next round, anything like that, he just takes them out.
And coldzera, I mean, using his opponent's strengths against him, all the utility, that wall of smokes, he just hides in it, and all he needs is the one opportunity, Fallen, to get that one kill, take all the attention away as well, because you know in Team Liquid's head, they're like, just get the op, and that's when he pounces. He's able to get 2 kills when they're not even looking at him. Nav tried to be proactive in there. He tried to work his way towards the other side of the default boxes, because he knew there was going to be a flank coming in at some point, right? Yeah. And he just gets tagged right before he's about to get on the corner, and that kind of ruins all of his plans. I think this might be the final timeout for Team Liquid, 13-15. They fought so far back, and again, it was the same. Remember, it was the same in the first map. It was the same on Cash. They made this comeback at the end of it.
Yeah.
And then they get stopped by 1 saved M4 and CZs. This time it's 1 op and CZs.
Man, this is turning into quite a match. Usually, I feel like you've got to wait for, quarterfinals, semifinals before you get this kind of action. We're being treated something special in the group stage.
Yeah.
Double up, though, on the SK side. They're not playing any longer. The fun is over.
Well, they finally have some money. Finally have the ability to go for it. First shot misses.
Yeah, but if they don't realize it's double up, though...
This is going to be a pretty nasty switch, isn't it? It can be.
Yeah, because you call out, you say, well, ops on this side, and then you could make some unforced errors on the other side. Yeah,
coldzera's on the wrap side, right at the corner, peering in towards mid. He's got Fur with an AK-47 underneath the porch and quad. We'll see how this goes. 4 players, 4 Team Liquid over in these A-halls, over in the alternate mid. They've still got 4 smokes, 3 Molotovs, decent amount of flashes as well for the Team Liquid side. They can stagger this hit. coldzera not giving up the double op game, and there it is. He goes for the timing shot, misses. Double pit, and coldzera with the op, waiting to spin into the bomb site to help out.
A couple of Molotovs could make this pit position very exposed all of a sudden. The question is if Fur can help out Bolts if he gets moved out of this. Bolts has no smokes or anything to try and cancel a Molotov, so it could get interesting. In fact, the grenades are all very low right now on SK Gaming, and Liquid's still holding on to a couple of really critical grenades right now. I think that those grenades might actually make the difference in this one. If one smoke could block off coldzera on that AWP over at the library, and then one good Molotov.
Yeah, if they put it there is the question. They might do it for pit just to try and get into the bomb site. We'll see. coldzera's not paying attention here. Here's the Molotov. It's a quick hit up lane. There's Bolts with one. Twist with the big trade, but Fur just pounces, and now he can set up the crossfire with Cold, who's getting aggressive along the wall. He's chiming in. There's time. There's only 5 seconds on the clock, and Unleash has to go for the plant. coldzera's going to end it with the knife. The statement, and you could see standing up immediately, 16-13. SK Gaming are through to the quarterfinals.
You gotta love that energy, don't you? Just so excited to finally be back at the winning ways. What a great series this was. 16-13 at the end on Inferno. There's nothing you can't love about this. I mean, yeah, I feel like they've had their heads hanging for a while, haven't they, SK? Yeah. They haven't looked very happy at all for a long time, and you see the absolute release there on coldzera. What a match.
I mean, you have to... They had to fight for it as well. That was not easy whatsoever. And that, I mean, fair play. Well, I guess the big thing you can say is this is a different SK showing up today than we've seen in quite a long time.
Yes.
In terms of their coordination, in terms of probably how focused they were coming into this. A grudge match on so many different levels. And that's beautiful. And now they're through to the playoffs. We're going to see SK in the playoffs. They get a day off. They get to celebrate like the little beautiful dolls that they are.
They should.
And then we'll see what happens.
I absolutely love it. I mean, the question is that the sort of the match that sparks some sort of revitalized SK? I mean, just a little bit of a victory here and there.
It's early to say that. I mean, I think it just kind of shows them that they're on the right path more than anything. Like, this is the one, though, if they give an interview and someone asks them that question, they'll probably say that was the one that let us know that we were doing things right in practice.
Right.
That we were on the right direction to coming back to our main level, to getting there, to improving. And I mean, fair play. You can't argue with it.
Yeah, positive signs for the SK project. You've got to appreciate that. I mean, if you guys stayed up late to watch this game, I hope you did. It was worth it, wasn't it?
It really was. That delivered on pretty much every level. Every single map was close. Yeah. I mean, force buys back and forth. That was just such a grind for both of those teams. It was exhausting for us as well because it was just like every time someone felt like they were going to take away the map, it was just taken away from them. That was cool.
What a good time. Inferno, third map, every time.
Can you, without asking why, make the sound of a giraffe?
I can't.
Just give it a shot.
You don't say anything. I can't. I give up.
Really?
Yeah. You tried, and it I did that intentionally to you.
I thought it was pretty good.
You gave your best. I love it. I'm going to go back and find the clip of it.
All right. Yeah, is that the
Put it as my ring phone.
Joke's on you. It's going to be the most annoying ringtone ever.
Oh.
Yeah. I know this has been a late day. I know the first series went like 5.5 hours, so thank you guys for sticking with us.
Yeah.
Obviously a good time zone for Brazil, as you mentioned, so hope all those guys are probably happy celebrating, partying down there.
Should be. Their boy is finally showing it up. I do think we have, hope we have Parla down on the stage with one of the members of SK. So take it away.
I hope I'm here as well, and I'm not just imagining things, because I'm stood next to Stewie, who has secured his team's victory 3-0 now in our best-of-3 Swiss format, meaning you guys are through to the playoffs.
Yeah, it feels good. I think we haven't been showing up in a while, but we played Liquid, which is a tough team, and just passing the group stage, beating Liquid is a really good thing for us.
Not just tough, extremely difficult. This was 3 hard-fought maps. I think you were playing for roughly 4 hours, between 3 and 4 hours, across the 3 maps. How did you keep up that endurance?
I don't know, to be honest. I think playing Liquid is a whole another beast. For these guys, it means a lot more to them because they want to play against Taco. But for me, there's a storyline behind it, but it's just another game for me. I'm trying to get to playoffs, so I'm glad we made it.
Do you remember when we spoke in the pre-match interview and we were talking about all those storylines, how some of your players and their players know each other, the coaches, Zeus Fallen, etc., Taco? When it all came down to being on the server, were things as crazy as we were talking about, and I was talking about with Wilton before the game?
Yeah, it was pretty crazy. I think we're the only people in here. We were screaming, we were yelling, we were talking a lot of shit, but it's all in the server. It was nothing personal, but if they take it personal, I don't know what to say. But it was all in the server, and I hope we can still be friends, I guess.
I'm sure that's going to be the case. Everybody here is a wonderful professional competitor. Now, let's talk about Inferno. Firstly, when that was left as the residual map, the one that just ended up because you didn't pick it or ban it, was that good in your eyes?
It was good for us. We played them for the ECS tournament, I think, and we beat them on Inferno, so we were pretty confident on Inferno. We think our Inferno is pretty good, so we were pretty confident on it.
At the same time, why was it so tight? I think at some moments I identified there were some minor mistakes. For instance, I think you had an eco and someone was 1 versus 3 on short of the A site and there wasn't a kill mate. I think it was Twists, actually. He kind of spun around, killed someone on balcony. And there were a couple other moments like that. What things could have been tightened?
Honestly, don't even remember the match right now. It's a blur. But I think Twist was the outstanding player for me. He played insane. The times he killed me, it was like I couldn't even react. He just 2-bullets me. A lot of credit to Twist for making it a tough game for us. But we came out in the end, so we're happy.
I don't blame you for it being a blur, Stewie. I guess I should also point out, of course, coldzera's final kill with a knife, a great stabbing, so to speak. Is it exciting to finish things that way and move with that momentum and energy into the playoffs?
Yeah, it's pretty exciting, but I don't think we were planning to do it. I think there was just smoke there and he was trying to stop the plant, and yeah.
Okay, well, Stewie, you are our second team moving forward into those playoffs. It's been a long day. I don't want to keep you any longer. Please go ahead and say anything to the wonderful people who have been watching this grand series.
I just want to say screw all the casters for not believing in us, and hopefully you guys believe in us in the playoffs. But thank you to all the fans who stayed up to watch us in America, here, anywhere in the world. We thank you guys, and we love you from the bottom of our heart.
Nice, dude. Heartfelt and impassioned. Stewie, best of luck and congratulations. Commiserations to Liquid. They also fought their hearts out. I'm sure they are thankful for all of you being here as well. Thank you for sticking around. It's been a very long day. Don't go anywhere right now, though, because we're going to close things out by heading back to James and the guys on the desk.
Thank you very much,
Why
Parla.
does Stewie have to be such a little dipshit?
Sorry?
Why is he such a little dipshit? I predicted them to win. I did it at the beginning of the day. He
But
just
even
threw
still-
everyone under the bus. Don't put me in the same basket as these guys.
But even still, we have to predict somebody, and based off recent form,
predicted
Liquid
wrong.
have looked better than SK. Why do they take it like it's a personal
Listen,
bloody
Chad,
attack, Yanko?
You don't have to be mad because you were wrong and I was right.
I don't mind
if
that I
anything,
was wrong.
you should be used to it by now.
I'm happy that I was wrong, because SK played some exciting Counter-Strike, and if SK are playing better, that means we have a top 3 team in the world back on our hands, and that's much better than seeing that dribble that they were given to us the last few events. The fact is, We want to see them play good Counter-Strike. We're not predicting against them because we don't like them. I love the way that they play Counter-Strike. Fallen is the godfather of modern-day CS. Why do they take it like it's a personal attack? Like we're coming after them and their bloody livelihoods, mate. We're just looking at Counter-Strike. We're looking at what information we have, and we're making a call based on that. We're being asked to do predictions. I fucking hate predictions. I don't even swear on the desk, but I'm so fired up right now. It's 1:30 in the morning. Just let us do our jobs.
I think you were just having a laugh, mate.
Well, I'm not laughing. I'm crying.
But one thing you did mention there was that you just like to see good Counter-Strike.
I love good Counter-Strike.
And that we saw, did we not?
I had a great time watching that series. I don't even care what time it is. If I get to watch CS like that, I'm happy to stay up in all hours of the day because that's brilliant. Display by both teams, very resilient. You know, we're seeing force buys time and time again. That brand of Counter-Strike, sure, it doesn't have the same tactical finesse of an Astralis, but the decision-making, the individuals stepping up time and time again, all these clutch moments, all these coming down to the wire, I guess, points that pivot the game left, right. You can't even keep up with it. That's what Counter-Strike's all about, and that's why I love it.
I think, describe that as edge of your seat Counter-Strike, Janko.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. It was super exciting to watch, and I was so impressed by SK how they, every single time, in all three of those maps, they were making some mini comebacks, right? They were down, I don't know the rounds exactly, 6-2, 7-2, something along those lines, despite winning pistols, and they would still come back. You had multiple points in that game where you would think, oh yeah, Liquid's going to run away with this half, or Liquid's going to run away with this game, and somehow SK manages to find a way to adjust mid-game, mid-half, and really completely turned the game on its head.
Stewie and Fur started up a blender towards the later stages of their CT half. Every single... Yeah, that's one that's going to haunt Naf, isn't it? But every single time, like, Stewie and Fur found themselves in the right position. Stewie over towards the B-bomb site. You saw the Arch play there where he dropped that Molotov and just absolutely ruined them. Fur being on the Arch side as well, the quad side. Every single time that, you know, the guys from Liquid wanted to make an all-in play, they were there locking it down with multi-kills. And that's pivotal because you could see even with those multi-kills, the Liquid guys would strike back. There was 2-on-4 scenarios. There were so many moments in that game that could have gone either way, and the individuals stepped up. Taco, the man on your screen right now, he can hold his head high. I think he had a lot of impact keeping them in the game.
That one round where he snuck around in Boiler.
Two big entries onto the site, then had the I guess the awareness to live, reposition, and then off a Liege getting that kill, stepping out Boiler and getting another one, sealed the deal for that round. So look, all in all, great bloody game of Counter-Strike. I loved it.
Yeah, they can all hold their heads high.
That 2v3, I mean, it was a 2v4 that turned into a 2v3 real fast. They were both like red HP, and how they played it was just brilliant. You know, realizing you need to take a risk. Elige does it, gets on the bike, gets one kill, buys time for Taco to flank, and gets another kill. I mean, in reality, it's probably a bit of a mistake from SK to not be more aggressive. You know that one player is dinged. You kind of allow it to happen, but I mean, just a brilliant play for both of them, and again, that was the moment where you're thinking, Liquid has it now. Like that's a turning point, and of course, SK 1-op, 4 pistols.
Crazy.
Do it again.
Unpredictable is another word I'd use there. Like that's what makes this so good to watch. Is that we were constantly changing our minds as to which of these teams would come out on top.
There's so many of those rounds that, you know, once you feel a team wins it in a normal scenario, that's the game, right? You expect them to close. But when either of these teams force-bought into scenarios, they still felt dangerous and they still were able to win those rounds. So that's awesome in itself. And I think, you know, the best bit about this for me is the SK playing with fire in their belly, right? They were fired up. And you saw Cold's reaction there at the end, you know, getting up. I don't know what he said. It was in Portuguese, but I assume it was a fired up remark.
Good game, bros.
Yeah, let's do it again next time.
Yeah, I think it was, and what you love about that is the way SK won the game, right? Not just the fact that they beat Liquid in a best-of-3 series in the group stages of StarSeries. That doesn't mean nothing for either of these teams, but the fact that they were coming back, the fact that they were winning close clutches, the fact that we had a few, not too many, but a few highlight rounds from Fallen on the op, right? They seem like more so the coordination between him and Fallen on that B side, for example, on Inferno, looked to be super solid, right? That's what gives you hope for SK moving forward, that they can, again, be a legitimate rival to the likes of Astralis and FaZe.
Yes, an incredible matchup right there. Okay, we're going to have a look at the standings from today's, well, this match specifically, and some last thoughts about this match.
All the rounds, all the maps, all the bonus rounds.
By far the best series we've had so far in the tournament. In terms of excitement, in terms of
caliber of Counter-Strike.
Caliber of Counter-Strike is played individually and as a team. Hopefully we get a couple more series like this one by the end of the tournament.
Yeah, if this is anything to go by, I'm expecting a lot from
the rematch,
the later stages.
Rematch in the playoffs.
Yeah, I'm expecting there will be. So here we have it, round 3. All of today's matches
You want the roundup?
your screen.
I'll give you
yes,
the roundup.
Please,
Renegades knocked out Gambit. NRG survived by beating Flash, who are going home as well. Avantgarde taking a peg off Godsend. That was a 50-50 coin toss game. North showing once again they can continue to beat Hellraisers. A 2-0 concise victory there. NIP, the second map against Tyloo was close, but business as usual for them. VP going down to Na'Vi. VP showing innovation, but Na'Vi's individual's too strong. AGO or AGO against Mouse on that B stream. We didn't actually get to see it, but the fact that they pick up that win against the Mouse, they're showing, that they're a team to be reckoned with at this event.
Could have even been a 2-0. They lost a lot of close rounds on that train game on the second map, and beating Mousesports on Mirage is always a feat.
And as you can see on your screens right now, we lost Gambit and Vici Gaming Flash earlier today, but AGO and SK Gaming go through to the quarterfinals.
2 days off.
And they have 2 days off. And would you have expected this from AGO?
Absolutely
I wasn't
not.
expecting to look at this
I didn't expect them to make the playoffs before the tournament, and then once I saw them play, I was thinking, yeah, they can make the playoffs with a bit of luck of the draw. There's no way I expect them to beat Mousesports, because even with their failings recently, Mousesports still looked solid enough that they can get the business over with in that sense. But AGO, it really is the surprise pack. And now they have 2 days to just practice, maybe switch a couple of things up. Teams are obviously going to look into them a lot more now.
Great. I think we will move through to the draw